Welcome. And it's welcome in. Here's the irony. Hey, it's Lauren here from Color to Kitty and Stampin' Up. Just hitting the right buttons here, because I'm not hitting the right buttons. Hey, 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 hey. Alright. Just to kind of do a little bit of talking here. So, Paper Pumpkin. I am a current subscriber. I've been a subscriber for at least a couple of years. And if you're like me, you get a month, you get a kit each month, you make some of it, and it gets put into a pile, and a pile, and a pile, and a pile. And after a while, you have boxes of these kits that are not consumed. So I decided sometime late last year into early this year is start completing all these kits. That way I've got cards to hand out to use as promotional thank you cards or other various reasons for having cards. So this time, the Welcome in June 2023 kit is now depleted. I'm going to show you what I did to it. Now, some of the original cards in this I have given out, so I don't have them anymore. But I'll show you kind of gist of it. So I got this very stuffed with stuffs in here. So here is the original concept, 3 cards and 3 of each. So a total of 9 cards if I follow exactly what the kit does, which I generally do to a certain point. And then if you notice the beautiful envelope, it's blue with the decorative thing. So here's the original. And of course, this was the preview for, hey, the next month's kit, which I'm still working on that one to complete. Anyway, and then something to also keep in mind. This kit, the Welcome In, coordinates with the Countryside Inn suite. And there's a Welcome In add-on. I didn't get the suite, but I got the add-on, and I'm glad I got the add-on because that proves so useful. So here is some stuffs. Let me put that off to the side, it'll be easier. So here's the stamps that came with the kit. Very well loved, most of them. A couple of them I didn't use as much. And then in here is, I also have the Welcome In dies. So let's take a quick peek at this. Because sometimes some months of Paper Pumpkin, they'll have an add-on item, and I try to get them because they're awesome. So the stamps. So if you notice, this planter pot, there's the die. And a couple floral pieces. So very, very nice as an add-on. And I can show you what I've done with it. And then for purpose of expanding the kit a little further, I used the more recent, the Love of Spring dice. This is another Paper Pumpkin add-on, but more recently. This is one for this year of 2024, January, February, March. And this one I've utilized quite well, as you'll see. Because I used this tag and the 2 floral pieces. We'll get to those shortly. And I love these baggies. So great for keeping stuff organized. Alright. So as I usual, if you know me, I try to use up everything from the kit. Now the only thing left over from this kit is pieces of envelopes. Because I chopped that piece, the seal piece, because it was decorative. So this balmy blue is the only thing I have left from this kit. Everything else is depleted. It's not a bad thing. I've got some balmy blue cardstock I can cut up and use for some minor pieces for future applications. Alright, so the kit normally has 9 cards. I don't know how many cards I got because I don't have all of them. I've given out some. But I have sitting here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I got 17 cards still. I was able to keep going. So something to keep in mind with Paper Pumpkin kits. Say for example with this card. This pinky paper was double-sided, but I chopped it. That way I attached white cardstock so I can stretch these pieces even further. So that's what I did with the originals. There's an original. Then there's another original. Very pretty. There's an original. Very pretty. Another original. Another original. So I still have most of the originals by the looks of it. Another original. And then we start getting, so that extra pieces, here we go. So that was the other half of the card base. And I took a strip of that blue envelope and a strip from the other piece of the envelope. And I had some of these leftover pots for some reason. I'm not sure how, but I did. And I incorporated the flowers from the other dies and the tag from the other dies, but I still used the same stamps from the kit. So that's that one. And again, I had a tag left over, so I used that. So same kind of idea. Leftover pieces mixed up with other pieces. And then all I had left was the pieces from the envelope. Everything else I built in. So I got the white cardstock. And then I had the stamp and the die for the pot. And I did those, and I heat embossed it. So a couple of these I have 2 of these in silver, which I didn't like as much, because when I did the same thing with the clear embossing powder in the blue, it turned out quite nicer. So I have a whole batch of these left over from the kit, which is awesome. So I've got a whole whack of thank you cards, and there's the final gold one. I love that shine. But yeah, so there we go. That's a great way of expanding your paper pumpkin kits. If you need a bunch of cards and you just have a kit, and if you have some white cardstock or some other dies and components that you're able to bring in, there we go. Isn't that awesome? And then lastly, part of my goal to consume the kits is, for example, here's an old kit I've decorated because I am in need of storage. So for this one, I've already prepped some pieces. So I'm just going to get myself a little more organized here, because I keep instructions nearby on what are the pieces to be able to do this. So I've got this color from Retire paper. I don't know which paper it is. I have to pull it up. I think it's In Good Taste, I think it's called. I could be very wrong. So we're going to do this now. That way I can decorate this box and repurpose it. So that's my other goal of, I got to repurpose these pieces, because I have so much stuff in the art room that needs organization. So that's where this works so well. And why I decorate the boxes is, that way I visually know, and I can label them too, as I wish. That way I know this box represents whatever it is I'm going to put into it. I love this idea. And it's a chance for me to use up my old retired paper too, because I have so much of it. So this piece is 9 1/4 by 6 inches, twice. So every piece of this is twice. And I could have made the sizes a little better, but I'm like, you know what? It's still really pleasant. All right, got that. And these are side pieces. So this is 6 by 1 1/2. And it makes a difference too. If your box is pretty beat up by shipping, it makes it a little harder to do this. But that's okay. Another 6 by 1 1/2. And I think I'm going to designate this box for tools, because I am in need of one for my desk. But I'm going to say tools in use, or maybe not. I might not. I might do tools as storage. All right, and then this is 9 1/4 by 1 1/2. There we go. But isn't that cool? And then lastly, and there's one other thing we gotta do at the end here, is that opening lip, so I can open the box. I got a little trick for that. So I'm going to open the box. Kind of hard to do on camera. I'll try to do it on camera. Open it up, tilt it sideways. And then that little bit in the bottom, I will cut with a knife. I know you can't even see it, can you? I will try. There we go. I give it another run, because I think this knife is starting to dull out, because I've used it quite a lot. Yeah. I might need to do a third time here. Third time's the charm. I think that got most of it. Almost. Almost. It's being a little finicky. The part where I might knock everything out. Alright, I'm going to have to finish the rest. Or I could just rip it. There we go. Got it. So there we go. I have a box that's now repurposed. And I think I'm going to repurpose it for tools that I have that I want nearby, but I don't need all the time. So I think I'll do that. Alrighty. So there we go. Just had to share. So yeah, great way of expanding your paper pumpkin kits, using up all the materials, having a teeny tiny bit left over, and repurposing the box. Alright, thanks everybody. Bye for now.